Well, alternate attacks can be anybody, but we actually have the very next attack, and I would say Linade is someone to keep your eye on, because Boom has actually said he thinks Linade is one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, and Linade's coming in with that hybrid, does have one headhunter, pulls out that clan castle, which has a headhunter there, slowing it down to take it, and out comes the lava hound as well. Woody, he needs to get some really nice value, and I know Linade is trying to charge potentially this queen, maybe towards this town hall, because he doesn't have any wall breakers.
Yeah, he's gonna have to force his way through the old-fashioned style. He's got that sneaky goblin instead of those big super wall breakers, so that's his big attempt here on the bottom corner. Alternate attacks is just like INTZ in their hit rate. They both have got an 80% hit rate, having scored a perfect war yesterday. Alternate attacks have got a great chance at moving on through this bracket, but not if Resistance has got anything to say about it. Linade is one of the stars of this attack squad. He got a 94% in his first war and backed it up with the triple to move on in this lower bracket. Healed up Queen with a raid spell on top of her. It's going to be enough to finish off the remaining buildings in the bottom here. She's pathing toward the outside, but once she finishes off these buildings, she should get back into the range of the town hall soon. Linade's going to start the main phase of his attack right now.
Yeah, the queen's going to be able to have walk down this alley, take down this town hall. Look at this. She can take out the town hall, the bomb tower. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3 expos here. The Grand Warden, so much value from this queen charge right down the alley of this base. Pops that warden ability right there in the middle. Beautiful job. Finally pops the queen ability to protect these healers. And yes, he does. And he's charging his way through with another rage on the backside. The Hogs are finally coming out of the siege barracks to help assist in this raid, Woody.
Healers take a lot of punishment, but the Archer Queen ability gives her just enough DPS to handle that town hall and keep on trucking. Hog Riders get a free spell to boost their survivability up top, even though they soak a big old giant bomb. I think they've done just enough of their job to make it all the way through. Grand Warden supporting the rest of the miners out on the bottom side of the base, and even a couple of balloons coming in for Linade to help clean up the rest here. Still has that Royal Champion ability, and he'll use that shield on those trash buildings up top. This is clear and away, an easy 3-star for your alternate attack squad. Linade is the guy with the triple.
Absolutely beautiful attack right there coming in for Linade of alternate attacks. Remember, this is an elimination match, so the loser is completely out of the competition. And I believe the winner of this will be taking on INTZ into the playoffs. So this is everything on the line, because alternate attacks, they do not want to go out here. They came in with a perfect war in their very last war to get here to move on. And now we're going to see Benji of Resistance coming in with the Zap Lalo.
You're right about that, Carbon. When life gives you lemons, alternate attacks makes Linade get the 3 stars. They may be in the lower bracket, but they've got just as much of a chance as long as they can win this war right here to move on to the playoffs. But not if Benji from Resistance has got anything to say about it. Benji scored a 78% and then an 89% in his 2 wars, so we've yet to see that triple from him so far. He got a beautiful lightning strike early on in this raid, though, but he's a little bit low on spell in his arsenal. He's just got 1 freeze, a couple of haste, and 1 rage to back up this Laloon push, moving in with a double Lava Hound here, but giving some additional support to the Sui hero dive in the bottom left corner. Unfortunately, this Archer Queen has taken a big punishing blow from the scatter shots and multi-target infernos over there. I don't know how much farther she can go, but they've done a good job already knocking down quite a few defenses. Still have that air defense in that left side compartment, though, and that could cause troubles later on in the raid.
Yeah, he did get a lot of value. The enemy queen is down, so the biggest threat is going to be the Royal Champion. Pops the ability early here, and he's going to Lalo from the bottom side here. He's got some balloons to go in for this Wizard Tower. So I really like these delayed balloons that were over to the left of the can. They should path to the Wizard Tower after the Archer Tower goes down. There they go. A few do make it up there. And
oh my God!
Oh, we lost a bunch of balloons with that scatter shot. Now it finally locks on the Lava Hound here. Can he take it down? Still holding on to the Stone Slammer. He's going to push his way up to the Town Hall. But this is actually looking really strong. I'm liking this attack so far, as long as we keep this momentum moving.
That first Lava Hound pulled 4 Seeking Air Mines. Ast knew exactly where the Laloon was going to be coming in from. Still, all 4 going on 1 meant that other one still had a lot of hit points left to provide some additional pushing here, and those balloons are looking very healthy. Grand Warden Eternal Tone protecting nearly all of them as they path over the Town Hall, knocking it down, and there's not much air resistance left at this point, Carbon Fin, on an entire minute for Benji to clean up the rest of the space and wipe it off the map, even as a dragon to breathe some fire down their bellies.
Absolutely beautiful attack right there. It was a perfect lightning in the core to help completely take that down and made a beautiful funnel right around the space. Granted, the enemy world champion is still up, so he's got to find one way to take her down. Doesn't have any more troops to drop. He does have a ton of balloons here. As long as he takes that world champion platform down, he does not have to take out the world champion because she can stay up. You need to destroy all the buildings. You don't have to take out all the heroes.
These troops are pretty slow, and there's actually not very many up on the top side of the base. I think that should be enough to clear out the trash buildings over there. But yeah, I'm worried that this Royal Champion is going to distract all these troops. They're firing away at her, but this is not yet guaranteed. 5 seconds left, though. With her going down, that's going to be all Benji needs. 3 stars in the bag, and ensures that Resistance will keep pace against alternate attacks.
Resistance going up against alternate attacks with their own triple, evening out the playing field, and we're going to have to see what is going to happen a little bit later on. But let's take a really quick look at Benji's replay here, Carbon.
Yeah, he was perfect Warden Eternal Tone with that rage over the Town Hall. Absolutely gorgeous to move his way around. Granted, that Lava Hound found so many traps that moved its way through, but it was a beautiful. Once you take out that initial section with the Zap Lightning and then with your heroes, you just want to continue to fly around in either a clockwise or counterclockwise. I've seen so many people drop Lava Hounds all over the place, but no, you just got to be like an arrow moving around the base. And here we go with another Zap Lalo. There's the lightning. Bam, it does take the scatter shot. Get ready for the 2 more. Oh, and he uses it on the other side, help take down that sweeper. Absolutely incredible. The value with this, they just come up with so many amazing attack strategies here.
Yeah, wiping out that CC is going to remove a big threat on the map. Yoyo has got 2 headhunters in this army to help deal with that Archer Queen on the back end. She can present a big threat, but not if the headhunters have got any cushion for their attack out in front. Looks like that Barbarian King's going to clear some pathway on the right side, taking a few shots, but not really too worried about him. He's just kind of a throwaway at this point. Yoyo using the main force of his Archer Queen to knock down this Town Hall early on so that he can focus on the aerial attack for the rest of the raid. I still see 3 air defenses on the bottom and 1 up top that the Archer Queen's probably going to be able to take down. So it's a good guess as to where they're going to be starting, but with them both now kind of concentrated over on the left side, that Royal Champion getting the stab out at that right corner air defense, Yoyo's got a really concentrated path that he can send these balloons down over on the bottom right.
And the Royal Champion does not take out the single target in front of, but is going to use 1 potential balloon to take it out. Can it do it? He's going to fly down south and around. The single does go down from that 1 balloon. Unbelievable. Drops the haste. The scatter is going to lock onto some of these balloons as he moves through. Get ready for the Grand War Eternal Tome. Wait for it. Is he going to try to hang on for as late as possible? There's the rage and pops it through the rage spell as they're moving up and around. The Stone Slammer is still standing. Sends the balloon over to the right by the cannon and the bomb tower to start clearing that area, or at least a few balloons, so they don't have to backtrack. A great identification in from Yoyo, but watch out, the Royal Champion is still alive.
Yeah, she took a lot of shots from those raged up lava pups, but look at that. That Grand Warden still in range means that she is going to take him down. Stone Slammer very healthy, though. It might actually play out not to Yoyo's benefit if that Stone Slammer survives. There's a lot of troops inside that could help with the cleanup, but nevertheless, with just about a minute left, it's looking like he's got a really strong strike that's going to continue packing through the rest of the space. 92% overall damage, and still does not have to kill that Royal Champion since her platform looks like has already been destroyed. As long as the troops can make it around her, they'll be just fine. Seems like she's got no way to get in range to defend this last remaining elixir storage. And Yoyo is going to keep the pressure up. The triple has been once again delivered by our alternate attacks team, taking down the Barbarian King and putting up another 3-star there. Great job there to Yoyo.
Yeah, neither one of these teams wants to be eliminated here, coming with 3-star after 3-star after 3-star. It's really going to come down to a 13-14-star war. Is it potential for perfect? I don't know. I don't want to say it now. Doubt it. It would be unbelievable to see that, but just the 3 stars and beautiful attacks coming in from both sides. And Yoyo showing you can use the lightning on one side to help take out the scatter shot, and then you can use the lightning on the other side to help additional damage to the clan castle and take out the other sweeper. So as he lolloed around, there was no sweepers to push him back. Absolutely gorgeous attack.
Yeah, that replay really shows JoJo's excellent planning there. He used a rage spell in what I thought at first might be in a bit of an iffy position away from the bulk of that raid. The Stone Slammer up top still looking very healthy. And of course he could choose to pop it anytime he wants, but if you run low on time, you might find yourself in a difficult spot. Still, he took plenty of chances to make sure that his troops were well positioned toward the end there and actually had a lot of time left over. So JoJo's attack facing very little resistance, if you'll pardon the pun, and showing up once again for alternate attacks, giving them 6 stars to lead off with.
Yeah, it's just been incredible to see all these 3 stars, these high score wars, and that's what all the viewers love to see. They're seeing these strategies coming in to show everybody how to get the triples and how they can do it at home in their wars to help their clans. And it looks like we have the very next attack that is going in, and it's going to be Atomic T. He's going in with the Yeti Smash for resistance, trying to take out Ballet, starting with that Grand Warden down south at 6. Biggest threat is time with these Warden walks, but to get around time, he's using these sneaky goblins to help take down these storages and to charge this Grand Warden straight in to that town hall.
Grand Warden's got really long range and can give a lot of firepower early on in the raid in a way that the Archer Queen can't necessarily do in the same way. Raged up, he's going to stay nice and topped off thanks to those healers right behind him. Atomic T is going to be moving in with that Yeti Smash strategy, taking out the bats and favoring the jump spells instead. Necessary to do that when you have so many little tiny compartments like the ones that Ballet has set up in this base. Lots of walls concentrated on the bottom side of the base, trying to deny access to the core where you see that Eagle Artillery set up, a clan castle a little bit far away, and an Archer Queen also kind of a little bit far away, off positioned, just to make sure that it's not possible to use lightning strikes and take down 2 big targets at the same time.
Yeah, Woody, I wonder if you noticed there's this really interesting thing about this base. If you take a close look at the walls. I wonder how many hours he spent to alternate every single one of these walls to make it really confusing on the eye of the attacker as you're gonna charge your way through. I mean, this would have taken me hours to just place these walls side by side. Just incredible patience from Valia, how he did this.
Never underestimate a man who will do that much to keep his base in tip-top shape. Atomic T still is going to give him a run for his money, though. Charging in over in the bottom right corner, knocking down the Eagle Artillery. Facing some good resistance, though, from these CC troops. Hasn't yet engaged Air Queen. There she goes, pulling on in and firing away. She's hopped over the wall, though, so that should give those Yetis a good chance to stab her down. Tornado Trap is going to slow them down, though, and Atomic T is having a lot of trouble making his way out of the core of this base. Drops another jump spell, but that Barbarian King, healthy on the backside, is going to start stabbing away at this Royal Champion. Fires away and finishes her just about off, forcing out that ability from her, and a free spell as well. Atomic T has dealt a huge blow to this base, but is really running low on troops now, and it's going to rely on this one last healer to try to top off the rest of his forces. She is going down to that air defense, though, and there's still a lot on the back end of this base. Atomic T might not have it in him, Carbon.
Yeah, he's got the Royal Champion pushing her way right around. She doesn't have her ability, had to use it early, and unfortunately, we're going to see our first fail of this war here. Does have one freeze to use, should pop this Queen ability relatively early. There he goes, because he realizes he doesn't have the time, so he's going to try to get as many buildings as possible. Drop that freeze on the Tesla. Oh no! That could have been another percentage point. I don't know why he didn't drop it there. Oh, man, he could have potentially got that down. And who knows if it comes down to percent, because every single building does matter in these raids. And there it is, the swag freeze, unfortunately. But there, Atomic T coming in for resistance. Banks, that's our first fail of this war that we saw.
Indeed it is. Atomic T, unfortunately, being the first player to drop a star in this war. And alternate attacks are looking to basically carry on this momentum that they had from their previous war and possibly even do another perfect one. Let's have a quick look at this replay, Woody.
Take a look at the main charge into this base. A ton of firepower being dropped by that Eagle artillery, and Atomic T takes it down as quickly as he can, but had to use that Grand Warden Eternal Tome relatively early on before most of the defensive buildings were firing away at his troops. That left him high and dry on the backside of the base and without enough firepower to finish off that last side. But we're already hopping into our next attack. It's going to be coming in from Ballet. Ballet from alternate attacks whiffed on his first war with only a 68% 2-star, but came back in style in that second one, grabbing that 100% and keeping alternate attacks in that perfect war category. He's trying to do it once again against this base, bringing in 2 Lava Hounds and 24 balloons to back up this big aerial assault. Already dropped the lightnings and earthquakes early on. We're going to zoom in on the bottom side of this base now for the next stage. Carbon, what are we looking at?
We're seeing the Queen come in after the zap was used on the clan castle, and he used a super wall breaker, which he knew which was gonna oh wait, the Queen, oh no, I was gonna say he knew that the super wall breaker was gonna die, so he can open the outside walls. He timed it perfectly, but the Queen's going the wrong way. Queen, go back to the town hall. This is gonna be a huge problem. He's gonna have to adapt, and if this doesn't 3-star, it's gonna have keep Resistance into the game, because Resistance got that 2-star here, but the Royal Champion is now going to be used, and she's going to help take out the Sweeper, the Scatter Shot that's right behind it, because remember, she will not target that Town Hall unless it's activated.
Yeah, no way to get easy damage on that Town Hall. Vale does have a Battle Blimp in his arsenal, which of course goes straight for the Town Hall, so that should be an easy way to guarantee that he gets that star. But instead he's going to go for the Stone Slammer. He thinks that he can get that overall damage above the 51% mark. That's when that Town Hall is going to activate. Actually, it's from the splash damage instead, so that'll be enough to get it in the game. Volley's going to wipe it out and will continue through the rest of this raid relatively unscathed. Here he goes with the Grand Warden, the Lava Hounds, and the Balloons streaming in on that left side corner. Archer Queen is putting up a lot of resistance here for Volley, though, forcing out those headhunters. They're finally going to take it down, but that's been a lot of damage already. Sends in the Eternal Tome and the haste spells right on top to move all the way to the top compartment as fast as he possibly can. This is going to be a blitz of an attack, Carbon.
Absolutely beautiful Grand Warden and Eternal Tome there. The biggest right now is that Raw Champion, and he has a few spells still left. He's got oh wait, he's got, the warding goes down. That's going to be devastating there. He's got one haste left and 2 balloons, and the balloon's trying to move his way. And look at all these red air bombs in the core of that base that did so much work. But imagine if he was able to get that Queen to get the Town Hall. It could have been devastating here, but he still is going to add more percentage for alternate attacks here. And Resistance is going to be down quite a bit on the percentage game and the triple game as well. So Volley still going to be up in the high 80s, closing in on the 90% here, Woody.
Yeah, at this point, alternate attacks has got a big lead. They just need to hold on to it. Not a triple this time, but they do have a star advantage. So even if Resistance puts a triple up on the board next time, this really high percentage 2-star from Ballet is going to prevent them from getting over that hurdle just with one attack alone. So nice job there. We see 8 stars total from alternate attacks and a 91% 2-star strike from Ballet.
Yeah, unfortunately was not able to do it. The biggest thing was the funneling. Funneling 101, which the Queen walked over to the right side. He thought he set enough of a funnel, and those buildings pulled the Queen there, because you see, if the Town Hall went down, then what would have happened? He would have dropped the Stone Slammer in a different spot. We've been able to help maybe take out the Queen a little bit earlier, or the Raw Champion, and he would have been able to keep that momentum moving through the base. Very nice effort there. It's just, we're seeing so much of this Zap Lightning spell. I think might be like one of the most used attacks into this qualifiers, Woody.
These bases are like a really intricate layer of dominoes that you have to knock each one down before you can move on to the next target. Yeah, the fact that he couldn't get the Town Hall early on with the Archer Queen resulted in, I think, eventually the Royal Champion killing his Grand Warden in kind of a roundabout way, not having enough tanking out in front to protect him, and not enough troops as well to fire down on that Royal Champion in time. But nevertheless, gonna keep pace here for alternate attacks. It's up to Trento now to try to redeem his team. Trento, as we saw earlier on in this War Series got a 53%, barely pulling off the 2-star on day number 1, but then came back with a 77% 2-star in day 2. So we're really looking to get a triple from him. I mean, his name is Trento, so you'd expect to see the 3 coming in, but nonetheless, we've got a ground-based army for him this time and a siege barracks to back up this big, heavy-handed push, pulling out the CC, which has got a couple of headhunters in there, using that Grand Warden Eternal Tome pretty early here. He knocks down this Town Hall just in time and looks to be safe to continue this push through the top of the base.
Yeah, the biggest threat was that single target Inferno, which locked onto the Queen as she walked by, which then forced her ability way too early. And look at these Yetis are walking around the outside of the space. Yetis actually came out of the siege barracks, so they're going to try to join up in the middle of the space, but they're so late to joining up. The Royal Champion has died off, and it's just going to be the 2-star here with no kind of troops or the Royal Champion moving towards the bottom side. Queen doesn't have her ability anymore. That King is looking like the enemy King is going to go down, trying to keep that Queen alive, but we do have a single target in front on the backside. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough to push his way through. These Yetis, especially that single target Inferno, will do some massive work.
Yeah, pretty aggressive rage spell drop there. All of his healers and the Queen were still in the previous rage spell, so I think he was really worried about losing his Queen early on there. He's not going to get the 3-star from this push, but it does look like he's got a lot of firepower left to dump in on this base. Might have been able to leverage that rage spell later on, about now, if he had gotten those Yetis out in front to protect the Queen, but with her going down, it looks like Trento is going to pass the 70% mark thanks to a little bit of cleanup on the outer edge of the space. It's got one more archer to try to place somewhere in this space to try to get a few more buildings down, but denied the 3-star once again. Defense from Jojo is going to be plenty to get through. Wow, actually the Yeti might take down that Inferno Tower after all. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he was able to do it, but very nice try. Banks, we're seeing some of these attacks, and it's just alternate attacks is just laying down the triples, laying down the high percentage, and it's looking really good for them.
They are indeed. Unfortunately, Trento coming in with one of the lowest percentage scores that we've seen today as well. But we are yet to mention that Resistance still have their top 2 players to go. We have TK and Panadol still waiting in the wings to come in and hopefully give Resistance those both triples, to be honest. But Trento's replay right here, Woody, what are we seeing?
We're seeing a ton of firepower coming out on this raid early on. Trento goes in with boulders and Yetis, which really don't like being forced back by an Eagle artillery that early on. He had to drop that Grand Warden Eternal Tome super early in the raid, and as Carbon also mentioned, had to use the Archer Queen Royal Cloak ability to deny the Inferno Tower the opportunity to burn her up. So with using so much of his offensive kit early on, that left him without any way of protecting them at the second stage of that raid.
Yeah, we're going to see this attack from Boom coming in with the Zap Lalo. I'm loving to see what he's going to try to get the value with. We got... I'm looking to see if he has a poison spell, so no poison spell. Does that mean he's going for the clan castle here? Yes, he is going for the clan castle. Takes out the sweeper, takes out an expo, and down goes the CC right there. So now he still has the Eagle artillery, and looks like he's going to sweep into the Eagle artillery, and he doesn't have any wall breakers. Oh, he's going to use the wall wrecker to charge and get a tremendous amount of value. Let's see if he can get to the Eagle, the Royal Champion, a potentially enemy Queen. Because if he's using the wall wrecker, he has to get both of the heroes that target the balloons, which would be the Queen and the Royal Champion.
Yeah, this is a really high-risk, high-reward type of strategy here from Boom. Has already knocked down the Royal Champion, who is relatively far outside of this base, but it looks like the defending Archer Queen will engage these attackers now, and she's over the wall. That means that even the P.E.K.K.A. can engage her now, as it's going to start to move through the rest of the space. Oh, the Queen just ignored them. Hops back over the wall, and now the P.E.K.K.A. is not going to have access to her. Royal Champion from Boom is going to have to throw that shield to try to keep up a little bit longer, but the Inferno Tower burns her up, and Boom's in a bit of a tricky spot here. Gets the value that he needs out of this Hero Sui dive into the top right corner, but can he follow it up with just as good of a push with this Law Loon hit?
It's like he took down half this base already. The biggest threat we have are the scatter shots and the town hall left on the base. The scatter shot, once the balloon makes it in, will not be able to target that anymore, so very nice. And I really love how Boom dropped the balloons kind of staggered so they all wouldn't get hit. Drops the freeze, grabs the town hall, the expo, the Grand Warden altar. Get ready for the Grand Warden Eternal, pops it perfectly through the haste now to push them through. Finds a bunch of red air bombs. There is the tornado trap. Biggest threat is this scatter shot. He does use the freeze to freeze it off with 2 more haste spells. This is looking really strong. He needs to drop the next one there.
Haste on him!
There he goes. Can he push his way through?
Yes, he can! Boom, making his way to the backside of the base. Only has one more Wizard Tower to worry about, but had plenty of balloons left in tow to finish off the remainder of these defenses. Over a minute for cleanup, and boom, from alternate attacks has done it. Another 3-star will put them at 11 total, dragging Resistance through the mud and making it really difficult for them to pull off a comeback at this point. Alternate attack seems cleared for landing on their way to the playoffs.
Yeah, alternate attacks coming in with another 3-star from Boom, showing you how you can do that Zap Lalo. We're seeing it everywhere here in the qualifiers, which means it's strong. These are the professional bases. Granted, they didn't have the most time to kind of build and kind of find out the meta for defensive-wise, but the lightning spell gets so much value. Didn't get the eagle, which then he was able to send the queen and the whole Sui value into the artillery. Got both of those heroes and then warden abilities over the town hall. Perfect execution, got it done, and now Resistance is looking to put up another 3-star. Can they do it here? And we have Panadol coming in with the hybrid, and he is using the power potion and hero potions. He's like, we need this 3-star, and he's using it, and he's trying to get it now, Woody.
Hybrid army that's a bit heavier, focused on the miners this time. Going to be charging it with 7 balloons as well. A bit of an atypical choice here from Panadol, but I guess he figures he can find some relatively undefended buildings up on the left corner here. Going to use a wizard to provide some additional funneling here. Remember, those miners really want to be right next to that hog army in lockstep, supporting them in their push through the base. So the funneling with these wizards out on the left side is what's going to help accomplish that. Early queen ability, though, is not a good look at all for Panadol, having to drop it along with a raid spell on the outside. That's going to be a big drop early on in this raid, Carbon.
Yeah, the queen's going to have to deal with this lava hound here.
Oh my god, the queen goes down! That is catastrophe. Resistance is going to be futile in this attack. Panadol doing his best to salvage this raid, but I don't think there's any way a 3-star is possible at this point.
No, not with that. Watch him drop the Grand Warden and potentially the Royal Champion, and that Headhunter's going to go straight for them. There is the Warden. The Headhunter's locked eyes on the Warden, and he's not going to go off. The only way is for these miners or the Royal Champion, but the Royal Champion's going to get stuck on the Hound, and watch out, that Headhunter is doing work, and the Grand Warden has to pop the ability here. Oh, he drops the Wizard, but not going to be able to keep up. It's going to jump over the wall. Oh, can he take it down? Unfortunately, the Wardens go down so quick, finally, but look how much health the Warden has. Oh, those Headhunters, if you don't deal with it properly, can do massive work to your heroes.
Panadol painting a picture for us, but this masterpiece has got too few viewers. Linnade's defenses are just too overpowering to give Panadol even the chance of cracking through. Barely able to get the 2-star on the board, passing the 53% mark now with just a smattering of troops left around the edges here. Resistance has got no chance to make the comeback happen at this point. The 2-star will bring them up to the 9-star count total. Nice effort here to Panadol, but man, things just did not go his way early on in the raid, and without any swap from those healers back to the rest of the troops up on top, that hybrid army was just ill-equipped to handle the rest of the defenses. That Eagle artillery was a crucial target for the Queen in her early charge, but with it still standing up, Panadol had no way to finish off the rest of this base.
Unfortunately, that 57% 2-star from Panadol really does put them too far behind alternate attacks. Something majorly drastic has to happen, and I don't even think it's salvageable at this point. Like you mentioned before, Woody, as well, high risk equals high reward, and I think that alternate attacks have that confidence boost from yesterday, slipping down into the losers bracket, but then fighting back with a perfect war. So right now they are just set to cruise control and are absolutely bombarding their way through these bases. And now we're going to see the last attack from alternate attacks, and it is Ast.
Yeah, and Ash is coming in with the Zap Lalo again, getting so much value, drops it, takes out the Inferno Tower Sweeper, the Clan Castle, and he's going to try to help get a ton of value with his heroes here. He's going to move in. The King is helping charge in. Maybe he's going to move to the Wizard Tower and move all the way up around. The Wizard Tower does find a Taslet right here. Could change the King pathing, but the Queen is going to be stepping up with the Royal Champion going another layer behind. Queen should go back around for this air. Oh, wait a second. Where's she going to go now? Uh-oh. Oh, no, I think that Royal Champion ability got too much stuff there because he wanted the Queen to come back and then go for the Town Hall. Uh-oh, now he's going to have to change the plan on the fly because there were some openings in the wall that he thought the Queen might have been able to go into.
Tricky start here against Trento's base. Ast, along with Boom and Yoyo, is one of the few players in this tournament to have consistently 3-starred the opponents that he's gone up against. Suing this Archer Queen up in the top corner now has missed the Town Hall, but still has another way of going for it. Sends in a couple of balloons to drag out that Seeking Air Mine and will drop a Stone Slammer to add on top of it. That's going to be enough to grab the first star and ensure that alternate attacks will be on path to get that double. Once they get 2 stars, they will be out of reach for resistance and will be guaranteed to move on to the playoffs.
Oh. That Warden ability, unfortunately, did not cover all these balloons here. The Town Hall should be going down, but I really did like how he used the mini to activate the Town Hall so that the Stone Slammer would be able to target it. And now he's moving these balloons around. At this point, no more spells to use. He's just looking to try to overwhelm it. The enemy Queen is still standing, and he knows this is not going to be a 3-star because of the defense is remaining. Very nice try from Ash, but that Royal Champion, unfortunately, her ability taking down that air defense, rerouted the queen the wrong way. And I just, once I saw that, I was like, oh no, he just didn't expect that was going to happen.
Look, this attack might not have ended in the crescendo that alternate attacks could have finished off with, but nevertheless, it got the job done. The 2-star up on board will put alternate attacks out of range of their opponents, and they will walk away victorious over Resistance, moving on to the playoffs. Congratulations to that team, joining Tribe Gaming in that top spot later on.
Yep, we're going to be seeing alternate attacks taking on INTZ in the, which will be the playoffs, which will be tomorrow, but we're still going to see one more attack from Resistance. They do want to come in. Ass is wrapping this one up, drops the Wizard down south, and down he goes, unfortunately, and it's just going to be the 2-star there, so they're going to finish with 13 stars. I mean, coming with 13 right after a perfect war, so obviously, unless you get a perfect war, the next war after is going to be a little bit of a downer from that, but still, 13 stars is a great performance and enough to push them forward. But we're jumping into the final attack from Resistance here, going up against Boom's base, and he indeed is also going to be using the Zap Lalo, Woody.
Fires away at that clan castle early on and takes it down. Gets a big hit against that left side scatter shot as well. Finished off one on the right side. So he's taken out a lot of key targets with those spells early on. Has got 3 haste spells and 2 freeze to keep the pressure up. He's going to use that Baby Dragon raged up without any other air troops next to it to get some more funneling done on the top right side where he'll start his main attack. Those heroes are going to be making a Sui dive into this base now. That freeze spell is going to shut down the enemy Royal Champion who's blocked now. She's accessible by the King though, so he's going to be able to pulverize her with just a couple of shots. Enemy Archer Queen is looking interested in what's going on over there, but hasn't yet been pulled over. If TK can grab this Eagle Artillery and the enemy Archer Queen, he'll have an amazing stab in this base early on.
Absolutely, the Queen pops her ability, takes down the enemy Queen.
Whoa!
Wow, look at that value TK got right there. Now he can Lalo. He's going to Lalo right over the Town Hall here. Still has a Stone Slammer. And he doesn't have to, he can drop the Stone Slammer anywhere he pretty much wants out of his base. He should be able to get to the 51% by the time he gets anywhere near this Town Hall. This is looking absolutely beautiful for a Zap Lalo attack here.
What a glorious setup from TK. The MVP on this Resistance squad is not disappointing fans with this 3-star attempt. Awesome, great job with that Grand Warden Eternal Tome, protecting all of the balloons, even as they were getting spun up in that tornado trap. They are still on a path to victory. Last Lava Hound's going to pop there, but there are not many defenses left. Just a little bit of a Tesla farm out on the top left side of the space. But goodness gracious, what a beautiful balloon parade to finish things off in this last war.
Absolutely gorgeous attack. Got so much value. Granted, Resistance is not going to have enough to win this war. They just still put on an amazing show. Really great performance from Resistance here in the qualifiers. Going up against some amazing competition. It's just, They faced Tribe Gaming earlier today, and then Alternate Attacks. I mean, anybody taking on those clans, and the Resistance still put up a respectable, really great numbers there. Unfortunately, they're gonna fall short in this war. Still, hats off to TK right there in the final attack.
TK putting up a very impressive performance right at the end there, but unfortunately, like